I started off playing football, and I had scholarships and places to go to play football. And after the wreck happened, I, went off the deep end. Didn't want to do nothing with myself, and my family at the time was like, "You need to get out and do something." They just pushed me every single day. It's like you can't sit here and feel sorry for yourself. I just looked up, watched TV, and UFC was on, and I was like, I would like to try that. And I looked up places to do it, and I've been at the gym I'm at now ever since. And I had no intention on fighting. Like I was just like, I want to do this just to get myself feel better because, I didn't think anybody would want I could fight, let alone just, be normal. It's one of those things where people look at you weird and you have to like hide your face and stuff like that. So never thought about fighting. And I guess fighting was something that I needed to do because it showed me that I can still go out here and I can still live my life and still do things that other people can do. So in the beginning, I never intended on fighting. I was like, nah, I just want to train. I just want to learn how to do this stuff, and then that be it.
I mean, no, that's fantastic. I mean, you were never told anything like any of the fight promoters that you started with that you're fighting, or that you got your foot in the door with at the time when you started your career. None of them told you, such as nobody would like to see you fight. You're not marketable enough. You don't look a certain way. Because I've noticed and I've heard this in other areas, other sources, that if a fighter may fight well in the cage, but if they don't look attractive, if they don't look a certain way, if they don't have a certain demeanor, then fight fans will not be compelled to tune into or pay that pay-per-view, to watch you fight, basically. And when I hear that, I do get quite disheartened, very, very disheartened, because I'll tell you that I myself, I've been really called it up before in the past because of how my appearance. But I've heard it's quite disheartening when you hear that that someone can be really good at what they're doing, what they're supposed to do, fighting in this case for mixed martial arts, but just because they don't tickle the other boxes, which really shouldn't matter that much at all, it will prohibit them from succeeding in the sport of mixed martial arts.
Yeah, yeah. The marketing does suck, especially with the whole. There's a lot of what ifs with me, especially having one eye. Like if he does fight, what happens if he gets popped in the eye and blah blah blah, and how many people are really going to watch this, this sideshow? Because that's really ultimately what it is. It's a sideshow. It's like I got one eye's going to fight this other guy in a cage. It sounds like some kind of circus act. I mean, they always will say no one's marketable, and you're right. It shouldn't rely on your looks, and it should rely on, your pedigree. It should just require your skills and how good a fighter you are. But we live in this time now where validation is very important for everybody. You have to look a certain way. You got to talk a certain way. You have to dress a certain way. You have to have these things. And you could be as phony as a fighter as possible. As long as you put butts in the seats, they don't really care.
Yeah.
Then it is what it is. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Coach always says that if it was easy, everybody would do it. So everybody has an excuse. Everybody has their whines and stuff like that. I mean, the only thing they can do is tell me no over and over again. But for example, Tennessee told me no for 3 years straight. Like no, 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 and then here I am, the number one bantamweight in Tennessee. So it's one of those things. It's like I don't care what you have to say. At this point, you have to be stubborn. You have to be hard headed. You have to kick those doors down, and you can't take no for an answer. You cannot take no for an answer. It's just
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
goes. I'm not Conor McGregor. I can't really, put myself out there. One, because I have a wife and kids, and I ain't about to embarrass them like that. So I
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
something else to put myself out there. And
Fair
fighting
point.
and stirring the
Yeah.
pot with everybody is what I'm doing.